The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Anthony Dorsett, Damontre Moore, and Newy Scruggs.
It is a lost Monday right here from the Star at Frisco.
Oh, wow.
It's a lost Monday. It's not Victory
Hey,
Monday.
it's not victory.
It's Panther loss.
Not victory.
Panther loss Monday. You're in the Players Lounge brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming. Got Anthony Dorsett, former NFL player. His dad is Hall of Famer Tony Dorsett, Heisman Trophy winner. We got Trey Moore here.
That's me. I'm buckling up, though. I'm just trying to buckle up.
Hey, man, they don't need to buckle up. Now the flight is over.
No.
Rico let everybody off the flight now. Rico let everybody off that flight.
You talking about somebody still nervous. Like, you know how you see somebody get beat so bad where you just like, ooh, like, so I grew up one of 12 kids. So, you know, when one person got a whooping, it's like everybody knew in the house to go sit down and lay low for a little bit. That's what Rico came in here and did.
Hey, bro, I like watching that yesterday. It was one of those type of things, and I watched it this morning again, and I'm like, he told y'all, he talked noise to y'all, and then there was no resolve in getting the job done.
None.
You
didn't see no fight. Like, you think of that old guy that say, hey, son, I'm about to go ahead. It's going to hurt me. Roll up the sleeves. And you watched him whoop you. Like you said, I watched it last night. I went back and watched it this morning because I'm looking at these stats. I'm like, man, he had a career high the week before and told y'all I'm coming to do this. Had a career high in rushing attempt, 30 the most ever. So his team believed him. They said, hey, we going to back you in this buckle up comment. 30 rushes. You talking about 239? That's the all-time high that he said, hey, I'm coming out here having a record-breaking day, record targets, and record receiving yardage.
So let's set it from the top here. Cowboys lose to the Carolina Panthers in Charlotte, 30-27. Their former teammate Rico Dowdle, who rushed for 200 yards against Miami, said after the game, they know to buckle up.
Boy.
Then during the week, when asked about it again, he said, I will stand by what I said. They know. Buckle up. Brian Schottenheimer, the Cowboys head coach, said they'll be buckled up. I asked Kenny Clark, asked Oso Digizua, asked Sam Williams. These guys said they was ready to go. Kenny said, hey, man, he ain't faced us yet. Well, it wasn't good. So Rico Dowdle ended up with 239 total yards. Yeah. That is a Carolina Panthers franchise record. Franchise been around since 1993. He had 30 carries for 183 yards. And when I was there at the game last night, I was trying to understand, why are they throwing it? What are you doing that for? It was like a 3rd and 4. They threw it. Why? Why would you do that? Rico averaged 6.1 yards a carry.
Doing whatever you want to.
Doing whatever he wants as a team, okay? Go look at the number, okay, what they did to them. As a team, Carolina ran 38 times, 216 yards, 5.7 yards in a carry. ETN had 3 carries, 17 yards, averaged 5.7. I mean, dude, they were doing whatever they wanted. This was embarrassing.
Yeah, clearly.
Embarrassing.
Very embarrassing. But, like, the whole thing, you know, like, he being in this organization, playing with some of these dudes that's still in the same team that he was here with, he knew whose heart was pumping blood and who was pumping Kool-Aid. and stood on it. And then at the same time, with the guys who were not part of the organization last year or the previous years when he was here, you know, it doesn't matter. At that point, it's just about being a man and saying to yourself, like, bro, I can't let you talk to me like this or talk about us like this. You know, and the whole thing, like I always say, defense is a gang. And it's one dude with the ball. I remember just asking my dad when I was a kid, because I got tired of playing running back, like, man, how do you do this, man? Like, every play somebody hitting you. Like, and that's when I realized, like, I'd rather be part of the gang than the dude that's getting victimized out there.
Hand out the licks.
Come on, man. You know, and so as a motivation factor, and we always talk about it and everything else like that, it was just no show. And it's so deflating and so disappointing to see that.
Hey.
The first play, 9 yards.
Right off.
So he came out there. So I thought, maybe, nope. Just kept on going, man. This was Muhammad Ali calling the shot what round he was gonna knock you out in. Then he went and he did it. And afterwards, you know, guys said props to Rico. Man. He did it.
Boy,
props to him.
Oh yeah. Wanye said Wanye, Kenny Clark, Dak.
Props
What
to him.
you got to. What you gonna say? Oh man, you fucked up.
I
You
ain't saying
this and that.
nothing.
Yeah, you don't
It's
say
time to
nothing,
shut
but
up.
It is time to shut up. But it's like, what can
Hey,
you
baby,
say?
hey,
Like,
man, give him his
first of all,
props.
those guys have to speak. They're the big name guys. You're gonna get asked about it.
Solomon Thomas left. He didn't want to talk.
I respect my dog Solid. He said, I'm not the big name. Y'all not gonna ask me for the soundbite.
Clowney talk.
He had to. You was on the Panthers, all this and that. How to feel to come back here. Like I said, I'm not gonna give nobody their props like that, especially on air. But what can you say when somebody did it to you, man? You let him do it. Like, I don't know. You talk about boxing, they love them to sleep because the way that I seen, I'm like, yeah, 9 yards, that's big, but 3-3, we still keeping them corralled and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, they can do it. And then all of a sudden, that levee door just started to open where it was like he was lulling you. He couldn't take no more. It's just, oh man, the guard was down to where you seen by. I don't know if they were defeated or tired, but by the end of that first quarter, you started seeing 3 yards and 3 hard yards go to 5 and 6 yards each carry. He was running at least 4 yards before he got touched, and then he just got up and he just kept going. It was.
Like I said, he started off with a 9-yard carry, and he just kept on getting chunk yards, and so they weren't doing anything.
It was straight vanilla.
Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't like you had exotic runs or double reverses or play action pass. It was
Here we
they
come.
went straight right here, like we're running straight down to you. The most exotic thing that I seen was a back guard pull trap where you're basically saying, hey, 5 offensive linemen, instead of us charging towards you, you have your center that goes right here, and you have a guard. It's a quick trap on that tackle. They did that maybe once or twice, but it was straight. What they say back in the day, downhill football.
So what I did not understand come second half watching the football game there in Charlotte, where's an adjustment made? Hey, man, we're getting killed. He's running on you all day. You're not stopping him. Do you put extra defensive lineman out there? Do something? I mean,
what do you do?
Yes,
I
that's
technically,
something. What do you do?
maybe I was wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't see an adjustment. But what I did start to notice in the second half, because I was trying to go back and look at some of these numbers that finally started coming down here. You had Donovan Wilson going down there getting a TFL. Like you seen, I believe it was 35 coming off the edge. So I don't know if he was calling safety blitzes and stuff like that. But even with still calling those blitzes, you were still getting creased. So it was like you didn't. How many adjustments can we make? Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking up for Eberflus and this and that. But as a player, when you say, man, I got to go put some bricks in my pocket.
So I asked this question, Louis. We saw when they were bringing Cowboys were bringing an extra offensive lineman.
That's
short yardage
disrespectful.
play. Okay, let's bring in an extra offensive lineman. I mean, so can you not? And I'm asking, can you not do that defensively in that scheme? Hey, man, listen, we're running the 4-man front. The 4-man front not working. Can we go make it 5? Can we do something?
If you make it 5, now you telling those DBs that's been getting bombed over Baghdad to get you seen what happened. What was the Panthers' first touchdown? That young bull over there.
Okay, so I'm looking at a drive on a 10-play drive. Rico touched the ball 10 times. I mean, 6 of the 10 times.
Oh yeah, no.
And then the 6 minute. So think about this. I mean, I can't tell you the last time I watched this in person. They got the ball with 6:07 to go on offense, and they never gave it back.
Listen, man. And
Have you seen that?
No.
I've seen
To end the game?
I've seen it very few times, and it's like once you start getting 6 minutes is crazy.
6 minutes.
6 minutes is crazy. I've seen some 3, some 4 minutes where you like, yo, this felt like forever in a day, but to go 6 minutes, they're telling you they just bled them dry. Yeah. There ain't no fluff or nothing.
And I'm looking at it here. Bryce Young only had 199 yards passing. Mm-hmm. First time they gave up less than 2, right?
Yep.
Okay, but did they actually give up less than 2, or was it just no reason?
No, it wasn't even that. That's what I'm saying. If I'm Rico, thank you, Panthers. My organization believed in me. They brought me here through free agency. But not only that, they made sure I was right on buckling up. Hey, you are chipping away. Some people pulled the dogs off you. It was a tight game, but they said, hey, if we gonna win this game, we gonna win it on your back, Rico. And he went out there and did it.
Yeah, but this is the strategy for anybody facing the Cowboys. I mean, Washington coming in and going to run the ball. The Jets last week, even though the Cowboys dominated one, Hall still went off. Yeah. I mean, they can't stop you from running the ball.
They can't stop you from running or passing the ball.
I was just about to say.
This is true, but the run portion of it, of what they did, I mean, 38 rush attempts to 25 pass attempts. And, I'm going to tell you right now, that was 25 too many. It was about 15 too many. I mean, literally, there were times like, why are you throwing? It's third and for what? Why? First, dude, they were not in third down very much either.
Not at all.
They were not at third down very often. Every time you looked, because they were gashing them, man. And they were gashing. I mean, look right here, the stat, man, on third down. They had 8 third downs in the game. Mm-hmm. They only had 8. No. Yeah, 8. They had 8 third downs. And they just kept on going. And it was more. This defense is as bad as it was when Mike Nolan was a defensive coordinator for 1 year, when Mike McCarthy was head coach, and they got him out of here quickly. Brian Schottenheimer went to the podium, the head coach, and said he backed Eberflus. I get it. That's what you're supposed to do. But you talk to guys in the room without a camera around, and you're hearing people say, nah, man, this isn't working. And you keep hearing that, well, we need to fix this and fix that. Well, nothing's getting fixed. We just need to make corrections. Well, corrections haven't been made. And some of the guys in the room are some of these same guys who are out here competing and playing with the other coaches who've been here. So somewhere along the way, I got to start to ask the question, when do we look at the defensive coordinator to say, when are you going to make some change?
Hold on, let me ask you this question, okay? You always talking about you've been on multiple teams.
Yeah.
How many schemes have you had? Don't even answer that. Everywhere that you went, did you have to figure out how to play?
Yeah.
Did you figure out how to play?
Yeah. If you want to be in the league, you do. You do.
All right. And so I don't care if they don't believe in the system. Play it. Prove it wrong.
Oh, they proving it wrong every week, right?
Oh no, if they ain't buying in, they ain't committed to it.
You proving it wrong that way. I'm gonna tell you like this. There's only a few of y'all gonna be here.
I mean, for all that I was told during the week in the locker room about adjustments, fixing this, scheme, you just went out here and you got handed to. This is the Panthers.
Dudes are not winning their one-on-one battles.
This is the Panthers. Panthers, man.
And that's what it looked like. One-on-one battle. People went out there and said, hey, I'm going to be better than you one-on-one, but not only that, I'm going to make sure to outplay the person that's over there, the other guy that's doing over there. Like, you got Tommy Tremble out here. Like, hey, that was my dog. He was there when I played there at the Panthers. So I'm like, okay, Tommy T out there hurdling people. You had people like, they were having fun. Like, don't get me wrong. Y'all seen the way that George Pickens was out there balling, jumping over people and just like, oh, let me do this and do that. Like, it was poetry in motion. Well, the way he was playing was the way that whole team was playing. You had Rico over here trying to hurdle people and walking out of here just stiff-arming people. You had Tommy Tremble doing that. You had the old linemen, like, really getting our D linemen, turning them sideways.
He gave them confidence. Rico gave everybody. They bucked up too. Yeah.
Let me get a piece. Hold them.
I mean, man, it was embarrassing. And on the flip side of this thing, and we'll dive into this in the next break, is the offensive line for the Cowboys. Oh boy, what a difference a week makes, bro. That was not cutting. It's not cutting. Let's dive in. Defensive line, terrible. Offensive line, that wasn't good either. Let's dive more into that with Trey Moore, Anthony Dorsett. I'm Newy Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming on DallasCowboys.com.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Returning for the 2025 NFL season, Boss reunites with the Dallas Cowboys to drop the next chapter of their iconic collaboration. The Boss Cowboys collection fuses fashion and football once again, capturing the fearless spirit of what it means to be your own boss. Just in time for kickoff, gear up in standout styles that show your team pride with a bold edge. Available now at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, HugoBoss.com, and Boss retail stores. Hashtag be your own boss.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Cowboys Nation, head to Miller Lighthouse at AT&T Stadium for a free watch party presented by 7-Eleven. Watch the Dallas Cowboys as they face off against the Broncos in Denver on this Sunday, October 26th. Doors open at 2 p.m. Kickoff is at 3:25. Enjoy a performance by the DC cheerleaders, Slurpees, samples, $5 Miller Lights, and much more. Claim your tickets free today at dallas.com. Yeah, I stumbled on that one. I'm going to get it back. That's cool. Hey, man, it ain't Victory Monday. The energy is off today in the building.
You're looking like the D-line.
I'm looking, undependable. Hey, I've been more consistent
about missing
than them.
assignments, missing money. It's okay.
It was a snowball effect. When you make one thing, you got to keep going. But watch my next one. I'll be ready. Unlike the Cowboys. Hey, what they say?
That's what they've been telling us. That's what I hear in the locker room all the time.
Unlike the Cowboys, I can make adjustments.
By the way, that's not this Sunday.
I know, that's why.
Sunday the 26th.
I said October 26th. That's why I messed up.
All right, all good.
I knew you were going to let me get
Washington this week at Jerry World. 1 of 2. So they get Washington this Sunday, and then it's Washington on Christmas Day there.
That's going to be nice. A Christmas Day game?
For who?
You going?
No. I got one more road game.
Hey, you've been waiting on that one. Look at, hey, did you see how big he started?
I bet we can guess which one it is.
Which one?
Road game, man.
Which,
can I guess?
Come on, guess, CB. Which one? Road game?
Come on, dude. We're going to Vegas.
You already know.
Vegas. I didn't even think of that.
100%.
So I'm just letting you guys know right now that bye week, I'm not here.
Okay.
I'm not here, guys, for the bye week. So I'm filling in. So I'm not here for the bye week.
I don't care.
It's a Monday night game too. So.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm going to be in Vegas.
Hey, I am. Y'all
9 days.
What is that game?
About 9 days. 15th to 16th of November. So
9 days. Look, AD about to go down.
Monday the
Vegas.
17th is the game.
yeah.
Man, let's talk about these Commanders, man. I might. Well, I am a Raiders alumni. We can call it. Hey, AD, let's go ahead and slide over there. They always take care of us over
You
there.
already know what I'm looking at. I'm trying to see what I got on my calendar.
I didn't use my free tickets yet for the season. I love that though. They do take care of it.
Okay.
But anyways, the Commanders.
They
making me nervous, man. The running backs they got over there.
Well, every team should make you nervous if look, man, and this is no offense to Rico Dowdle. Great game, great 2 weeks. We're talking about Jim Brown, Dorsett, Smith, Peyton. What about Rico?
Rico
Dowdle, a dude they practice. It's not like they ain't seen him.
Exactly.
You guys have hit this dude. You practice against this guy. I really kept cutting this guy.
Nah, he practiced against them. They ain't practiced.
And sure enough, man, here he just beat you. He told you he was coming, told you to buckle up, then he beat you down. So, yes, whoever else they face, it's going to be real simple. Run the football all day long against these guys.
If I'm Washington's running back, I'm telling you right now, oh, coach, they ain't even seen me yet. They ain't seen me hit my potential. Like, you know as players, like, how many times we sat there and said, oh, that person was able to do that? Like, what did Chuba say when before the week coming up? He was like, oh, I'm trying to get back for Dallas Cowboys.
Y'all go right,
Chuba.
Like, but I bet he won't miss the next Cowboy game if he come around here.
Exactly.
So, by the way, it's Damontre Moore, former NFL player. This is Anthony Dorsett, former NFL player. I'm Newy Scruggs, not a former NFL player. This is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming. So while the Cowboys' defensive line was terrible, allowing 216 yards of rushing, and they lost to the Panthers, and 183 of that to their former teammate Rico Dowdle on 30 carries, who averaged 6.1 yards. The flip side of it, the Cowboys could not run the football to save their lives. I'm sitting there watching the Panthers D-line push them back. It was not good. A couple times when you saw some dudes get walked back. 1.6 yards an average tote for the Cowboys on 19 carries.
I didn't realize it was that low.
Yes, it was terrible. Okay, it was terrible. Javonte Williams comes home. He's a North Carolina guy. 13 carries, 29 yards, 2.2 yard average.
No touchdowns.
No touchdown. No, none. I mean, it was this was a bad effort. And there were times where Dak Prescott didn't have enough time to get where he needed to because the pressure was there. So while we praise the offensive line for doing what they did the week before, I wasn't here Friday, so I don't know who you guys had picked as the Yeti cool customers, but the offensive line was not good.
No, not at all.
And we're 80, you're at the point in time now your defense is so bad, your offensive line has to be good because the offense basically has to score darn near every time.
Yeah, and I mean, we knew that going into it, that the offenses basically had to put up, 30 points a game at this point from the beginning of the season. And, the whole thing with the offensive line was no matter who they plugged in, they had been playing well. Well, I mean, it wouldn't matter if it was the starters, and I say that to say this, like at some point throughout the season, everybody's going to have their ebbs and flows.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, it caught up with the offensive line this week, and going up against what we consider to be a lesser opponent on top of that as well. So that being said, there's really not a whole lot of excuses to give outside of the simple fact that they just got beat. And when we talk about getting beat, we mean that they got beat on every level, offense side, defensive side, and everything else like that.
How many sacks did the Panthers have this week?
0.
Dak was not sacked.
Okay.
Look.
There was only 1 sack in the whole game.
Okay.
Yeah, there was only 1 sack and 1 turnover in the whole game. But this was a winnable despite the terrible defensive performance and the bad offensive line play. It was a winnable football game. But it came down to 2 things to me in the fourth quarter. One, when the Cowboys they got to the 8, couldn't punch it in, and had to kick the field goal.
Yeah.
So now it's 27 up, and then Carolina gets the ball with 6:07 to go, and they never give it back.
Man, they play bully football. What was the time mark where the fumble snap happened with Dak and them? And he recovered it.
That was on that final drive when they were saying they ended up getting it down to the 8. But
it's like,
and
that was a missed opportunity. Like
there was a lot of missed opportunity. I mean, we saw a penalty on Tyler Smith inside the red zone.
Yeah,
that we're just looking at here. But this is what losing teams do. You guys know that losing teams find ways to lose.
And that's what I was gonna get to. Yes, it was a bad performance by the O-line, but how long were we expecting them to play lights out? Like, we've been talking about, like you said, the plug-in players and doing that. Like, this was the week that it finally just came into fruition where you just started to see people be exposed. But the Carolina defense, I felt like Rico galvanized them too. Like, hey, we're putting the onus on ourselves to, like, hey, we just got to make sure it's a stalemate. Don't nothing get right here, and then the Walls is going to play. But
you face better defenses.
You face way better defense and play way better.
But between Green Bay, the Jets, those defenses are ranked higher and better. These guys just and Dorsett, you talk about this is just man on man. This is man on man. It was just hand-to-hand combat, and they got beat down.
And one thing about it, when you're plugging dudes in a lot of times and guys don't have a chance to really scout them per se that week, oh, this dude hasn't played, he got injured, so now we plugging this dude in, they haven't had a chance. Well, now everybody done had a chance to look at all the offensive linemen that the Cowboys.
The tape is out.
Yeah, the tape is out there. You know what I mean? So now it's a totally different ball game. Ain't nobody stepping out there on, like, we haven't seen you. Like, now people are watching this tape, and like Rico Dowdle said, hey, strapping up, buckle up, whatever, and they breaking dudes down before they get here. But I'm going to keep saying this. Like, and you both hit the nail on the head. He inspired them dudes, all right? He inspired them boys to play harder than they had. And I keep leaning on the simple fact that he was in this building for so long and has intel on these players. And no, that's what I have no place else to go with it, man. He knows.
But they knew him too.
They knew. That's what I was about to say. They knew him.
And when it came,
he was here,
and he broke their will.
That's exactly what it is.
Broke their will.
You broke their will, as a football player, you've been there, AD, where it's like, it don't matter how good we doing and this and that, and we're playing lights out. When we know that we can't stop a nosebleed on the other side, where there's been, which I've seen it. I've been on defenses where we couldn't stop a nosebleed. And I've also been on really good defenses where we knew our offense wasn't going to score. And it's just like, I'm tired, man. Dak is out here doing everything. Flanoy is out here doing everything. Ferguson, L Boogie got a taste of it. It's like eventually the levee can only, it's only so many patch jobs you could do before the water just starts seeping through.
Like I know.
And they let it go. Like there was no fight at the end of the game. I didn't see people getting up aggressive.
Running the ball on the defense is the most demoralizing thing that can be done to a defense repeatedly, because that's just literally getting your butt whooped, okay? There's, like you said, just nothing you could do about it. And so at that physical way of basically like punking dudes more so than anything, however you want to look at it, that's what it boils down to. And I do know what you're talking about, because I played in a game where Corey Dillon set the rookie rushing record against us, all right? And I mean, it was just like they was in, 12 personnel the whole game, basically just running down your throat. And it was nothing. And to be a part of that defense and to look into people's eyes in the huddle and like just see dudes like.
So let me go. Just go through the whole. This is what happened with 6:07 to go. Okay, so the Cowboys went 3 and out. All right, so the Cowboys went 3 and out. Got the ball with tremendous field position. Remember, they're 46. Yep. We started going backwards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, went from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 15 to 3rd and 22. It had to punt on 4th and 18. So terrible drive right there. So 6:07, the Panthers to get the ball back at their 14. First play, Rico Dowdle, 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Incomplete pass from Bryce Young. 3rd and 7, incomplete pass from Bryce Young. Penalty. Elam, pass interference.
Kept bringing them back to life.
Okay, so now it's 1st and 10, the Carolina 29. Rico Dowdle, 7 yards. 2nd and 3. They go up the short pass up the middle, the horn for 2 yards. 3rd and 1, Trimble. First down, 16 yards. Then it's 1st and 10 at the 46, 4 minutes to go. Rico Dowdle up the middle, 4 yards. 2nd and 6 to 42. Rico Dowdle, left guard, 2 yards. 3rd and 4, Bryce Young, incomplete to Ted McMillan. 4th and 4, Bryce Young hits Renfro, 7 yards. First down, now we hit the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10, Dallas 33, Rico Dowdle, right in, 9 yards. 2nd and 1 for the 24. ATN up the middle for 1 yard. First down. 1st and 10, ATN up the middle, 11 yards. 1st and 10, Bryce Young kneels. Then Bryce Young kneels again, roll out there for Fitzgerald, kick it, game over. That's it. That's it, man. With no trickeration, end around. It's pretty simple, right? We're going to run the ball, make a couple passes. Slant pass on a 3rd and 4. On 4th and 4, slant pass out there to Renfro, the former Clemson Tiger.
We had to throw it. That's what we had.
And it's pathetic, honestly. Just when you think about it, this is pathetic, because this was a winnable game. So now you start to look at this season. You're 2-3-1, AD.
You gotta get 10 wins for Church.
Church ain't getting no 10. Church is booked my reservation downtown to eat. So the Philly game, you're right there. Ball, got the opportunity with the football to go down the field. CeeDee Lamb dropping passes left and right. Lose that game. Packer game, okay? You're in overtime. Can't score. Can't score. Dak going around it, can't get it done. That's a lost game right there. You had to go to overtime against the Giants. Beat up the Jets, and then you got this game right here. Winnable game, you can't get it done. You cannot close a show. This is how bad teams get beat, man. This is how bad teams end up with top 10 draft picks, because this is not good, guys.
It is, but even with that being said, it's that close. Like, all these games have been winnable. Like,
but
majority of them.
That's the league. The league is a lot of close ones, but the good teams find ways to win, and the bad teams find ways to lose.
Yeah, and right now, so the Eagles ain't looking like the Eagles, okay? And unfortunately, just like he said, good teams find ways to win. They don't find ways to lose. And whatever's going on here, like, so my thing is this, all right? Is it on the defense? Is it on the coordinator? And like, at what place and at what time is there going to be a change made? Not saying to fire anybody or anything, but if it's not going to be that, schematically, what's going to happen? Because at this point right now, like, what's going to stop anybody from coming in here, first of all, running the ball all game, and then just taking explosive plays whenever they want to? There is nothing about this defense right now that is saying that even if Dak continues to put up 31 points a game or whatever he has to do a game, that this can take you into a playoff situation or it can be sustainable anymore.
So let's take a break. Take a break on what you just said. Truly the question, is it the carpenter or the carpenter's tools? Which is it here when we look at the Cowboys defense right now? Come back here with Damontre Moore, Anthony Dorsett. I'm Newy Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming on DallasCowboys.com.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Life is a workout, and Smoothie King is here to help you power through. Whether you're maxing out overhead presses, pushing through chest flies, or being the hero your golden retriever needs to carry them over that scary bridge, Smoothie King has the fuel to help you go all out. Build muscle and boost your recovery with 45 grams of protein, 0 grams of added sugar, and delicious customizable ingredients in the Gladiator Smoothie. Available in chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. Only at Smoothie King.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
The countdown to game day starts with Rally Days, presented by SeatGeek. Get a behind-the-scenes look at the AT&T Stadium. Meet the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and alumni. Play games, win prizes, and much more. Get your ticket for the next Rally Day on October 18th at AT&TStadium.com/rallydays.
Thank you, Damontre.
Killed that read, boy.
Yes.
I made adjustments, unlike the Cowboys.
Yes. You said I like how you said at the AT&T Stadium, baby, right there. Baby.
Yeah, gotta slow it down.
Get it done. Get it done. Young Aggie, get it done. Get it done. Remember when your team used to play at AT&T Stadium?
Man,
stop playing the game then. It's Arkansas, right?
They don't want that. The Jerry got tired of us coming down here pulling the Rico down. What you talking about? We got hey. Speaking of that, you know what we did. Still undefeated.
Okay.
Top five. We finally number 4.
Who'd you guys
Best
best
team money could pay for?
Who'd you beat?
Florida Gators. That just beat Texas.
Gators.
DJ Langley. Yeah, we had some fried gator over there. Come down there to the bowl.
Everybody know they're firing their coach, right?
That's fine. Yeah, you're right. We threw his retirement party. Hey, what they say? We sponsored that. Hey, all you could do is knock down the ones that they line up.
Okay, all right.
Very true.
I'm looking forward to this LSU game, though. That's where it's going to be at. Nighttime in the
Death Valley?
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck to you down there. Death Valley. Still got Texas?
I'm not worried about that.
Okay. Oklahoma said that, too.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, left for the L.
Really? Yeah, that's true. They left with an L, but come on.
Look, you know your boys are good for
We definitely are. We definitely are. And we definitely are. So that's why. But
we're good for dropping one. You're like, really? We lost it. So you know it's a Aggie tradition now.
I hope it is. And that's why I said I think we're going to learn from it. Because last year, that one that we dropped was South Carolina. And we got them on the schedule. So it's like we're going to get our get back with them.
Okay.
Just don't drop the UT.
Anthony Dorsett, congrats on your Panthers
Panthers.
handling a game against Florida State.
True freshman quarterback.
Nice.
Dope. 2 wins in a row, 2 weeks in a row. He's playing really well.
You think he's going to be that guy, or is it like just the freshman luck?
Nah, I really think that from watching this dude and seeing some of the stuff that he's doing, he's a young quarterback, but polish-wise, as far as technique, footwork, learning how to get his shoulders squared up and everything else like that, he's doing all the small things in the game to make big things happen.
Okay, well, good on him. By the way, we got a firing in the National Football League. Brian Callahan has been let go, fired by Tennessee, off to a 1-4 start. He was 4-19 in 2 years. Wow. Not even a full 2 years. There's 2 things that come to my mind. You guys tell me what you think. Mm-hmm. Either one, this is a bad organization, okay? Because if you're firing a guy less than 2 years in the tenure, what are you doing hiring? Oh, by the way, the guy they did fire to give him the job named Mike Vrabel. Doing a good job up there in New England.
Doing real good.
So either that or the young man wasn't ready to be a head coach and shouldn't have had the job. And, Dad was former longtime coach, Bill, who was here, fantastic offensive line coach. But when he got the job, I did wonder, what did Brian Callahan do that says he should be a head coach? I did wonder about that.
Besides the last name. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he's done, but he's seen something, made them believe. I will say, from my opinion, just being around the league and stuff like that, I just think the organization, you want to be careful with talking about these things, but it's certain organizations that don't do right by either their coaches or their players in developing things. And for whatever reason, like you said, look at what he's doing right now. Like in an organization that everybody said was going to die after Bill left, he's up there. Drake May's playing out of his mind. He built the foundation there. That was the same guy that you had over there in the building. And now he's going to have his success. You get this guy out of here. It's like, I'm asking, are y'all getting rid of your weapons too early? Or are you not believing in them? Like, when you hire somebody, you got to really let them do their job. And so right now, I just don't think they're doing it. They've shown it with the coaches. They've shown it with the quarterbacks.
Let's talk to the man who played for the Titans.
So I think it's a multitude of things, to be honest with you. I think that first and foremost that the Titans are still run like an expansion team to a certain extent. When you had that team move from Houston to Tennessee, a lot of the people who were actually part of the organization in Houston didn't want to make that move. So what you have is a bunch of people who have never even been working in the NFL before and people working for the cheap that's actually ready to make this move. So like I know, leaving one organization, like playing for the Cowboys, okay, and you have all these bells and whistles, to go into a place where it's basically run like the ragamuffins of the league more so than anything, if you want to say. Okay? And that being so, and then with there actually being, so think about it like this. The Titans are the Oilers. They were the Oilers, okay?
Yeah.
Turning that team into the Titans, they left all that Oiler tradition behind, regardless if it was flourishing and winning or whatever it was. So you have a team that basically doesn't have any history, all right? And with that being said, like, just watching it and understanding, the team is the organization, and as well, they don't do right by a lot of their former players also. So I just think that, with that being said, unfortunately, there's going to have to be a sweep in there, and you're going to have to get some people who actually have been a part of a successful franchise to come in there and help that franchise be successful.
And you go back to this. So you fired the head coach. Go back to you brought in Rand Carthon, and you fired Rand Carthon, and now you got another general manager. So you're just going through. So from general managers and head coaches, it's a lot of inconsistency here, and so it's part of why where they're at.
Kept Rand. I had Rand when he was in San Fran, and to see like him come from like John Lynch and that winning organization, I think they didn't give Rand enough time. Just like
no, they didn't, because the GM that was there previous to him was the dude that actually caused a lot of issues, and that was the dude that traded A.J. Brown. and got him up out of there.
Sullivan came from the Patriots, but so that whole thing there too. Now apparently Rand and Vrabel didn't get along. So at some point in time, just what kind of organization are you running an organization where the general manager is hiring the coaches and he's in charge, or you gotta have a head coach and giving the coaches kind of juice and who do you want to be? How do you want the structure to work? Yeah. And that matters. I mean, what structure you have is everybody getting on the same page. Mm-hmm. And so in Tennessee, I do wonder at times, is everybody on the same page there? AD, you asked the question right before the break. Is it the Carpenter's tools, talking about Matt Eberflus and what's going on here, what potentially has to happen? This is the Cowboys' third straight defensive coordinator. 3 years, 3 different coordinators. And the coordinators, they're running 4-3s, but they're not running the same 4-3. And one of the issues you have is the players right now don't believe in what's going on. And it reminds me of when Mike Nolan was here the first year under Mike McCarthy. Those guys didn't buy in. They were terrible. One of the most historically bad defenses in Cowboys history. And this thing is heading down the same way right now.
I don't see, and for me, if you've been on a team that's run a gang of different, if you've been part of organizations that have run a bunch of different schemes and something has been more successful for you, then I can understand, like you saying, oh, I'm not buying into this, or I've seen more. But at the same time, I don't know the situation here. And I understand that, like, okay, what you just said, 3 different coordinators in 3 years, that's tough. That would be tough on any group of guys. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter if they're young, if they're old, whatever the case may be. And dealing with that, I'm sure there's some miscommunication with terminology from the past few years. But it goes back to what we talk about. Man, be a football player. Be a football player at the end of the day. All right? And so that means even if you're not buying into that situation or buying into that scheme, you still got to go out and ball. And you can make plays. Dudes can make plays. I'm not feeling like they're handcuffed like that.
Okay.
Man, zone, what do you want? Get a new dude up in here, get some more guys up in here. I mean, you're not winning your one-on-ones.
So what are the repercussions? What are the consequences for not doing it? Nothing around here.
That's what I was going to get to. I want to know what ramification, what are the repercussions that are these players are being met with? Because we all know this is the Dallas Cowboys organization.
Nobody has got cut.
It ain't even about getting cut. I'm going to just say for this, the fact that we're sitting here talking about guys don't believe in this and that, they control what gets out of this building and they control what gets in here. And when they figure out wherever it came from, this and that, like there is some type of ramification. There's in-house fine. We're talking about $5,000, $10,000. Like you're talking out like, you gotta, everybody got a voice over here, but don't have the credit or the resume to back it up. Like people are talking about schematically is this, schematically is that. Like you gotta play, and some of these guys, majority of the guys on the team haven't even been in the league long enough to say I played in this scheme or this worked better for me. We're talking about young guys that just came from college or guys that are been backup guys or special teamers their whole career, saying you don't trust this or you don't buy in. You had 3 different coordinators in 3 years. You've had multiple guys. Yes, it's 4-3, but it's different.
And all 3 guys, like so for Zimmer last year, one of my big issues when they hired Mike Zimmer was like you brought in a dude who wins with big people up front. They knew Kevin Williams coming around this corner for you. And then they brought the one boy out the couch. You know, he was chilling the couch, and they brought him out there. He give you 10 plays and then needed gas. I mean, and then so Zim later on made different changes along the way. But he said after the year, you know, I should have tried to put in more of what I wanted up front instead of trying to, you know, what did you guys do last year and how do we make this a little bit of work here and there. They've done it again, third time, kind of like the third time something's been watered down and clearly it's just not working. The solution isn't working. And whatever Eberflus needs to do to make something changes here, that hasn't happened. So
there's one thing that scares the locker room, and you know, like I know, dudes being uncomfortable. And at some point in time, I'm not saying anybody needs to be cut because I'm pro player. But you want to shock something, you want to get people to stand up and be accountable.
They already did it.
Who?
Trade Micah.
Huh?
They traded Michael Parsons.
That wasn't.
That ain't a cut. That's something totally different.
That's
We're
totally
talking about
different.
right now.
So what? They sat Mozzie down for some games, and I mean, what else you want to do? I mean, didn't
Mozzie.
What
Stop
they
it.
What
Stop
they
it.
didn't?
Now
They deactivated the guy.
Now the
Didn't play yesterday, but
the Diggs thing was one of those wake up calls where it was like, oh, you need to go. We don't care.
We're not paying you your money.
The not paying your money, benching you in the middle of the game. That's one of those. That's what he's saying with that shock value. Now it's like, okay, you benched a starter that get paid the bucks in the middle of the game. Now it's like, yo, you got to cut somebody, or you got to. Let people know you're serious.
I got a theory on it, but I'm not gonna say it on here. When we go off the air, I'll tell you what my theory is on that. We're out of time, so that's Anthony Dorsett, it's Damontre Moore, Newy Scruggs. Thanks to Chris Beam, Josh, everybody back here to make things happen right here at DallasCowboys.com. This has been the Players Lounge.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?